Hi everyone, Martin Gaffuri here, just finishing the commentary with Stephanie Case for the last UTMB World Series event, the Trail Verbier St-Bernard by UTMB. Let's relive some of the highlights from the 50K, the Verbier Marathon, a very demanding alpine race covering 43 kilometers and 3,000 meters of elevation gain. The 17th edition of the Trail Verbier St-Bernard by UTMB brings together 6,000 runners from 74 nations. Organized since 2009 in the Canton Valais, Trail Verbier St-Bernard by UTMB is the first 100-mile ultra in Switzerland. Before becoming a famous tourist destination, Verbier was once a remote alpine pasture where only a few farmers lived all year round. Today, Verbier offers everything runners need to enjoy their experience: outstanding landscapes, epic views, and alpine atmosphere. The start will be given above the village of Brusson at nearly 1,700 meters. The track is winding along the ridge with awesome views of the Grand Combin and Mont Blanc. A small technical trail will lead the runners to the top of Mont Rogneux, the highest point of the race at 3,084 meters. They'll then pass several mountain lakes before reaching the Pastures area with its suspension bridge and its glacier. Unlike other races, this one finishes by the famous wall, which climbs directly to Verbier along a less steep trail. Amongst the women's favorites, some of the world's best specialists are ready to battle for the win. With several podium finishes, Marine Quintard, 729 UTMB index, has all the credentials to be a key contender in this race. Another French runner, Lucille Germain, is one of the favorites after her standout performance as Zegama Aidescori, alongside victories at Madeira and Monterosa, highlighting her ability to compete with the world's best specialists. And the highest ranked athlete in the field is Maude Mathys, with an impressive UTMB index of 808. Following an exceptional 2025 season with multiple victories and brilliant third place at the OCC and Cerzinal, she's ready to start a new campaign. In the men's field, the race looks highly competitive with three French runners ranked around 900 on the UTMB index. French runner Dylan Ribeiro is aiming for another podium performance in Switzerland after two third-place finishers at the Wildstrubel by UTMB. Having consistently finished on the podium since last season, Lucien Mermillon is determined to claim his first big win. But the main favorite is Simon Paccard with a UTMB index of 905. After a solid start of the season, he arrives full of confidence and in excellent shape.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allez! Let's go! Oh no!
Come on, this is Switzerland. There you go.
And we're off. Just giving them an extra few seconds.
And it's a hot start too. Yeah, we were slightly downhill first, which gets everyone excited.
It is hard to hold back. They've got, about 12 kilometers until they hit the peak, the highest point of this course.
So Dylan Ribeiro is leading the charge, but they are all together, the ones we expected to see. So Maxime Pelouchou, Simon Paquet with a white t-shirt, and the fourth gentleman is Paul Buret.
And an interesting story, just seeing Maude on the screen here. She actually won this race in 2009. So 17 years ago, and she will be coming back. If she can win it again, that will be quite the cool story.
Oh, he's going. So, yeah, right now, Simon Gosselin is looking at the screen. Is like, what is going on, son? Just take it easy. That's not what we said. That's not what we discussed.
And there we see a bit of a flyover of the course, starting in Maude.
And again, these first sections, as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, is still in the trees, a little bit of a cover, and then they're going to pop out above, and it's going to get hot. There we go. Head down, Lucille, Germain. Oh, yeah, they're on this much steeper section, and look at that. They are still running.
Wow, now here's where I would have broken down into a hike, but at least the top men are going for it. And we are 27 minutes into the race. Following the lead, the top two men, they are 5 kilometers into the course. It's Simon Paquet and Dylan Ribeiro. And they are running together. Dylan is not letting Simon out of his sights. Ooh.
Absolutely. And there we go, back with the women's race, and Maude Mathys leading the charge. No sunglasses at all as well. It's going to be a stiller day, and just like staring at the sun for, what was that? 5+ hours?
I really feel like she's kind of low. She's a low maintenance runner.
Yeah.
No poles, no glasses, no crew. She's just going out for a run, racing every weekend, winning every weekend.
The true definition of old school. Love that.
I love it. And the runners, when they come here, they know they're going to get amazing views, amazing trails, but also a real challenge out there.
Yeah, and so we're getting now onto that single track, and they're going to stay on that ridge. There's a few switchbacks coming up, and then they're going to be contouring around the back. And Maude Mathys is leading the charge for that pack of 4.
Do we have Batman? I believe we have Batman on the course.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal. We are, if you are just listening to us and you are not watching, please jump on and watch the live stream, because we have someone in full Batman getup. And you can see everyone has to bring the same mandatory gear, but there is a difference in the size of the packs. The top runners just get so good at getting the lightest gear, the smallest gear, figuring out exactly what is the least amount of weight that they can take to get them through the course. And so I'm always interested from not just a commentating perspective, also from a runner perspective, just how much of a difference in the size of the packs you can get when everyone is supposed to be carrying the exact same stuff.
And that's the thing, to your point. You mentioned the size, because obviously the weight element is the first thing that comes to mind, but if it can pack down into very little volume in your back, it's not something that's going to swing at every step. It's just going to be leaning and well packed against your back. So there's the weight element, but the volume, as you said, if you can pack it down to as little as possible, it's good. And then like some of these runners will be out there for twice as much time as the elite runners. So elite runners be like, okay, well, I need to tick the box of the mandatory equipment, but if it doesn't protect me as much, as long as it fits the requirements, it's fine, because they know the chance of actually using it is less than 1%. As opposed to all these extraordinary runners who will be there and maybe still out there when or if those big afternoon storms hit. And then you really want, especially to your point, like racing at altitude, you really want to have those waterproof jacket, waterproof pants, because temperature can turn extremely quickly.
Absolutely. And that is the real difference here, the real differentiator for this course. You know, if you're able to finish quickly, you are going to be getting the best conditions. Whereas, unfortunately, it's the ones who are going to be out here the longest that then will be hit with even tougher conditions. And so it'll just become exponentially harder as the day goes on.
Well, you get more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get all weather conditions.
More time on the course.
There we go. And we've got our mains leader back with Simon Paccard, and it looks like not even 30, 40 meters back. Dylan Ribeiro. Oh, Steph, poles are finally coming out.
Poles are coming out, and we're doing a fast transition here.
Yeah, he's definitely moving up that hill with an intention. And again, if he doesn't want to work too hard running down, he's going to have to make a difference on the up, test the engine, see how comfortable he feels.
Certainly Lucille and Maude are the strongest ones coming in here in terms of a race resume. He is going so fast. And we are nearing 3,000 meters altitude.
He's in shape. There's no doubt about it. So there we go. It is not Dylan anymore in second place. And again, poles probably have made a difference. Lucien Mermillon from Team Rossignol is now in second place.
And there you can see on the left-hand side of your screen that difference between where Simon is and Lucien chasing him up this climb. And we'll see that distance spread as Simon crests the top and is able to break out into a faster run. And that's Simon Paccard being hunted down.
Oh, yeah.
By Lucien Mermillon.
I'm just watching. It's like, is he going to close the gap? Because admittedly, like, Simon Paccard was moving well, but like, was he moving full throttle?
But yeah, you can see he's using his hands quite a bit to pull himself up the steep climb. And really we can see not moving at the same kind of intensity, the same kind of pace as our two lead men who both have poles.
Yeah, and all the work is being done by the legs, which means it's also like blowing matches. And we are now sitting above 3,000 meters at the top of Mont Rogneux.
Wow.
3,084 meters. And the very top of the climb, Mont Rogneux, is where we're expecting Maude Mathys to be in about 5-6 minutes, perhaps. There we go. Good chance of winning this. I think the chance is slim now. He's in 54th position. Yeah, and then those kind of sections with a lot of rocks.
Yep.
Most of them look they're pretty stable, but the kind of scree, like kind of
it's brutal.
Dust in the middle makes it super slippery. So either you engage and you're going in full confidence, bent over a little bit, and make sure your forefoot is where your load is, because as much as it's counterintuitive, like when there's a big gradient, you want to lean forward, because if you're actually holding back and therefore more on your heels, if your heels slip, you're on your bum.
Yep.
While if you're in your forefoot, all of a sudden you can have a slip, then you land on your heels and you have a second point of contact that could stabilize you a little better.
It's very counterintuitive. It's hard to lean into the downhill, lean into the hills. A little bit of a wrong turn there. It's hard to see where the course is on terrain like this. You really have to stay
alert,
stay focused.
Yep. Here we go, still on that ridge, cruising in what something looks like trail running paradise after climbing the highest point in the race. Mont Rogneux, above 3,000 meters. Maude Mathys is cruising.
The top men crested the highest point of the course at over 3,000 meters some time ago and have gone through the checkpoint at that first descent. So looking at the updated timings, Lucille Mermillon, our race leader, and she was running in 8th scratch, but we saw she was passed by one man on the descent. And I suspect when her timing chip is updated, we'll see her in 9th scratch. Top 3 winners from the men's and the women's side at this race today will get a direct entry to the UTMB World Series Finals next year. So basically, if you get in the top 3 in the 50K category race, you get a direct entry to OCC, which is the 50K category in the UTMB World Series Finals. And then if you get top 3 in the 100K race here, you get direct entry to CCC in the UTMB World Series Finals. And finally, in the 100-mile category, that gives you direct entry to UTMB, the full 100-mile loop around France, Italy, Switzerland next August. Now, many of the top runners here already have secured their entry. They already have their plans for UTMB next month. So this is really setting things up for a whole year from now. But that is the way that you can kind of bypass the lottery to get into UTMB World Series Finals. The normal way to get into the race is by earning running stones. Now, basically, each running stone that you earn, which you can collect through races, different distances in the UTMB World Series, gives you different amounts of stones. And
so 20K, 1 stone, yep. 50K, 2 stones, 100K, 3 stones, 100-mile, 4 stones. And all you got to do is cover the race from start to finish. There's no specific time. If you make it before the cutoff, you collect the stones.
Correct. And in the UTMB World Series Majors, there's 1 per region. So 4 UTMB World Series Majors, you get double the amount of running stones. And that's what makes them particularly popular and particularly competitive. Now, each stone is like a ticket in the lottery. Yeah. So when you go to enter the UTMB World Series Finals, it's a lottery. You don't know if you're going to get a place or not. And that's why these top runners want to get that certainty by getting top at one of the UTMB World Series races. In a race like Verbier, it's top 3. In the World Series Majors, it is the top 10. So these are the different ways that you can get into UTMB, into the finals in Chamonix in August.
And actually, in the majors, in addition to the top 10 men and women for all 3 distances, the 50K, the 100K, the 100 miles, the age group winners actually also punch their automatic entry into the corresponding distance in the final, which means that for every major, there's up to 210 automatic entries.
Another way that you can get in is with your UTMB score. So in addition to the top 3 qualifications for events and the top 10 for the World Series Majors, all the runners who obtain a UTMB score higher to or equal than a certain amount, depending on the race category, will qualify for the UTMB finals. So in the 50K, for women, it's a UTMB index score of 690. In the 100K category, 675. And in the 100-mile, 615. For the men, it's 840 for the 50K, 820 for the 100K, and 780 for the 100-miler. So there we go. Now we have understood it. These are the different ways that you can get into the UTMB World Series finals.
So indeed, it means that when you're a competitive runner and you're at a race hoping to qualify and you see you're outside of the top 3, don't let go of the gas pedal, because again, if you cross the line and you score a UTMB score higher than what you mentioned, you're in. And there's no cap to it as well, meaning that, you know, if you really want to get in and you do, let's say, 100-mile at a major, you get 8 stones. But then if you do another 100-mile at another race in the UTMB World Series, you add another 4 to it. So you end up 12 stones, and so on and so forth. So if you're really committed, I remember we did the math. I think it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. If you they did an average of who got in, and the threshold was 13 stones. If you had 13 stones, statistically speaking, you were getting in.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But this was previous years. I think the demand is now even higher. And because there's so many more events across the world, then it gives a chance for more people to get running stones, so the chance to put their name in a hat. But obviously, then it makes it more competitive to get in.
And I just love the fact that age division winners are given a chance to go to the World Series finals, because it just increases the diversity, the depth, and it makes sure that runners who are older, or maybe even on the younger side and still coming into the sport and not having developed the experience yet, get a chance to experience what it's like to run in UTMB. I ran my first UTMB finals week race. It was TDS, so not officially OCC, CCC, or UTMB in 2009. And standing on that start line left such an impression on me. I've just gotten goosebumps here in the studio. Anyone who has watched the UTMB World Series finals and heard that music, that classic UTMB song with thousands of runners standing on the start line, ready to run through 3 countries, to run around the mountains, is really like nothing else.
Oh, it certainly is. And then, if you've been standing long enough or enough times on that start line for both the start and the finish, like it's ingrained in you. Like you hear it, like you could be commuting to work or like doing something entirely different. You'll be like, ooh, it brings you back.
The 210-meter suspension bridge, you can see it's going over the glacier. This glacier, unfortunately, has been receding. So this is now the best and the safest way to get across this this section.
We are back with our men's leader, ladies and gentlemen, Lucille Mermillon, representing Team Rossignol, and he's pushing hard, double pulling up that ridge, especially that one again. Like you will see, like you'll stick with us until the end, and you will see how brutal it is. It is exposed. There's a lot of switchbacks, and then a few steep straight up sections on the roads before you get into Verbier, and then from there on, it's about a K on the road.
Wow!
You see, just when we were talking about it, he's eating, so he's on top of it. He's chosen to get to the highest point, turn around.
The winning time for the women was 5 hours, 23 minutes. And here you can see the runners.
It was our men's leader.
Yeah.
Already coming down, so.
Very cool.
Or very disheartening, either way. Here we go. We are with our second man runner here, who was leading early on, Simon Paccard, who said that this race was not an A race, but more like a fine-tuning race leading into CCC. Wow. Big, like back in a race for a second, because Simon Paccard, who was in second place, just said that he was most likely going to drop. So I don't know if he took a tumble or what, but he says, like, I just can't run downhill. And he had his phone out trying to call his crew, but he said, I don't have reception here.
Look at Maude move.
She is moving super well. She's right alongside the Lake Mauvoisin, as we talked about, the one that has the dam, if I understood correctly.
It is hard to be able to run at this speed and this effort over this number of hours. So different kind of mental strength.
That gap is not too bad. However, ladies and gentlemen, we do have Maxime Peluchou, who has come into the Lourdes aid station. He hasn't gone through the exit yet, but he was only 20 seconds back from Elia Bongiovanni. She's coming in. The clock is starting. She's going for, so she's drinking.
That is 1,000 meters of climb over 3.7 kilometers.
And no poles. And no poles. You called it that record was going down, but ooh, I hope she had seen that.
Just side, almost close encounter with a bike. We have Lucien Mermillon, who is in just a commanding lead on the men's side. He had up to a 2.6 kilometer gap on second place, Elia Bongiovanni, which has reduced down.
And am I right in the fact that he has no poles? Woo! Son, I feel like that's a bit of a mistake here.
And wow, you can see just how far in front she is by looking at the visual on the left-hand side of your screen. But you know what I love to see is that, like, first and second here in this race on the women's side is completely solidified. You know, Maude is not changing her position. Lucille is not changing her position. But both of them are going flat out. Running, pretty closely to Dylan Ribeiro. So there could be potentially a switch up between fourth and fifth still. Less than 2 kilometers to go. It is going to get exciting.
He's going for it. Yeah. He is going for it. I mean, he could take a bath, literally, and still win here. So it's good. Oh, he picked up some blackberries. Nice one. And so he could catch a glimpse of the finishing area, but he has to go all the way around the block to finally make his entrance into the finishing chute. Only a few hundred meters for French runner representing Team Rossignol, Lucien Mermillon. There we go. The finish line is just there. In full disbelief.
And breaks out into a smile. This is a fantastic finish for him. I think he can't believe it. Certainly, oh my goodness, what a win for the marathon at Trail Verbier St-Bernard. Lucien Mermillon, our winner, and he has given it all, all out on the course and is laying down, soaking it all in. This is our race champion.
Yeah, he certainly kept pushing all the way until the end. But now the strength come back, the second wave, the relief of having crossing the line is done. It's like, yes, let's celebrate. Let's give back to all the spectators who have come and celebrate him today as a champion. He still can't believe it. Shaking his head.
And smashing last year's time as well.
Yes, look at that.
Whoa.
This is what we wanted to see, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, not for everyone, because obviously it's a sad day for an Italian runner, but ladies and gentlemen, the man, the lumberjack.
So after the performance today, my God, look at him come towards the finish. This is Dylan Riviero from France. Took a last-minute switch into second place. He's got to be well happy with that.
Yeah, super strong finish, well managed, and as you say, he will be absolutely stoked about this performance today. Things go, that last climb requires runners to still have a lot in the tank, and I don't know what's, it looks, could it be chafing? Because it looks like he's really, like, in pain.
He's either stiffened up or he's pulled a muscle. I don't think it's chafing, but that's a smile grimace.
Oh yeah, it's just like I am so glad to be done.
Oh, and he's on the ground. Yep. Still a very strong race for Elia Bongiovanni.
I see holding his, I don't know if it's calves. Something was definitely hurting down there.
Yeah.
There we go. Finally breaking into a smile. She can relax. She's got it. Another win in Maude's career. Come on, ring the bell.
The cows come home. The cows are queens, and Maude is that queen here today. Our winner of Trail Verbier St-Bernard by UTMB, Maude Mathys. Oh, she is happy with that one. How could she not be? She battled. And what is her overall placing? Oh my gosh, she's fourth. She is fourth stretch.
So you were definitely the favorite this morning, but we were expecting a bit of a fight with Lucille Germain, but we didn't see that. You pulled away too early. So it's a comeback on this distance for me. I hadn't raced like a 50K like race, and last weekend she was at Piramenta and it was 70K, but it was over 3 days and she didn't have to race as hard. So this morning I was lacking confidence in myself, but knowing that I was strong in the climbs, and I also want to impose my pace. I don't want to follow someone else's pace. So I went ahead, and it was actually super hard for me at the end. I had blisters under both my heels. So I was in a world of pain every time I was stepping down. And so your strategy paid off, because right from the first checkpoint, we were already 6 minutes ahead of Lucille. And from then on, you didn't look back and kept increasing. And you actually, in the last climb, even though you were in pain, you picked up another 2 men. And so we say that women handle efforts much better, and I'm actually very comfortable when it's hot. So I didn't actually suffer too much from the heat, managed to eat well, And I believe this is what paid off in the end. So we're going to let you recover nice and easy. You know the areas, and maybe you stick around whenever the second and third woman will come in. We can have you back on the lane to have a top 3 photo. And he's asking the crowd to give a massive round of applause for the one who blistered through that marathon course and took 4th overall. Both ladies giving everything they've got to make it up that final climb. The weather is getting hot. Maude was talking about it. She said it was definitely to a temperature that was going to affect the racing. Luckily for her, she is comfortable in this hot weather, but she could feel it already. So these two ladies, as the sun is keeping up and warming up the valley.
At the last checkpoint, she was in 14th place. And now we have Lucille Germain coming in top 10 scratch.
Looking at the time, she knows she's under the previous winning time by 10 minutes. We were both wrong, but you were closer. And there you go, finally breaks into a smile. Celebration time, ladies and gentlemen, for their French woman, Lucille Germain.
Woo! I believe she just finished in 9th scratch.
There we go. Wow, we told you she gave everything and a little more out on the course. Beautiful second place on this stunning course. Yeah, I really enjoyed the course. There was a little bit of everything. I absolutely love the technical part at the top.
Stratosphérique, franchement.
And today, like, I saw Maude just leave from the start, and it's like, well, I'll only see her again at the finish. I'm still super happy with my time. I've felt strong from start to finish. It wasn't always easy, but I was trying to hold on. We saw you crash on the climb. You were on camera. But it didn't look like he affected you too much. I was like, yeah, I got a bit confused because usually I fall when I'm running downhill and not uphill. But I did actually like cut my hand and knee, but with adrenaline, I just turned off my brain and just kept pushing. So you've crossed the line now, but now it's getting hotter and hotter. How do you feel about the heat on the course? She's like, in Fionnet, I was starting to get really, really hot. But we're lucky that along the course there's a lot of water trough. So at each time I actually was stopping and pouring water over myself to try and cool myself down. And it was actually very helpful.
C'est ce qu'on dit aussi sur les lignes de départ. Pensez à prendre 2 petites minutes pour vous réhydrater.
So yeah, that's always the advice we give to everyone. Think about this water source and cool yourselves down. Congratulations again, and we will see you very shortly when we'll have our third woman finisher for the top 3 photo. Big round of applause for our second place finisher in the women's race, Lucille Germain. Oh, look at that. We've got tears. Yes. Oh, this is
an emotional one.
Yeah.
She is in full tears.
Addressing this one to someone who's not there today, but watching, I'm sure. What an effort.
What an emotional finish. Wow, that one.
Oh, look at that.
That one's going to mean a lot.
De notre troisième féminine du jour, Marie-Charlotte. Quelle course, que d'émotions sur cette ligne d'arrivée. On t'a vu submergé par l'émotion. On va commencer par ça, parce qu'on pourrait pleurer avec toi.
Ouais, aujourd'hui c'était spécial parce que j'ai perdu.
Today was very special. I've lost my grandma last week. So today she was with me the whole way. And I actually wasn't sure until yesterday that I was going to race or not, and I chose to do it for her. So obviously that was loaded with emotion. And 6 years ago, I did my first medal in Ski Mountaineering World Cup. And she said to me, did the other ones train? And so basically that meant a lot to her, and she's extremely proud today of what she's done, thinking about her whole family. And again, her grandma was with her, alongside her the whole way, and she absolutely loved every step of the way.
Tout au long de cette course, et que tu te sois accroché comme ça, que tu aies maîtrisé de main de maître cette course. Bah voilà, il faudra revenir à Verbier, parce qu'a priori Verbier ça te réussit en termes de résultats en tout cas.
So you're going to have to come back because it seems to work very well for you in Verbier.
Donc voilà. Sur la route, c'est chouette.
Confirms that apparently it is also somehow on the way to her place. So she's like, yeah, it's always good when I'm going somewhere, I didn't catch that, to stop in Verbier on the way.
Troisième féminine du jour. Bravo, félicitations, on va aller te laisser récupérer. Vas-y, dis-moi.
Je voulais remercier mon amie Salomé qui est venue en urgence.
And she also wanted to give a shout out to her friend Salomé to help her out along the course and do the crewing for her.
C'est pas mal, on peut t'embaucher. Allez, félicitations à toi, merci, bravo.
And it's a wrap for the Verbier Marathon. Lucien Vermillon claimed the victory in 4 hours 26 and 59 after taking the lead on the climb to Mont Rogneux. Dylan Ribeiro secured a second place with a strong late surge in the final kilometer, while Italy's Elia Bongiovanni completed the podium, finishing just 2 minutes later. In the women's race, Maude Mathys lived up to her status as the favorite with a truly outstanding performance. She won the women's race and finished an incredible 4th place overall. France's Lucille Germain took 2nd place, crossing the line 9th overall, 28 minutes behind Maude Mathys. Marie-Charlotte Irazzoki completed the podium after holding on to 3rd place throughout the day. Another race on the schedule is the X-Alpine, the longest format of the weekend, covering 140 kilometers with 9,000 meters of elevation gain. The race started on Friday at 10 p.m. with a large part of the course taking place overnight, including iconic locations such as the beautiful village of Champelac, the stunning lakes Fenêtre, and the legendary Col du Grand Saint-Bernard. Another race on the schedule is the X-Traversée, which started at 9 a.m. on Saturday. It covers 77 kilometers and 5,100 meters of elevation gain. The race starts in La Foulie. After taking runners up to the stunning Lac Fenêtre, the crossing of the 5 mountain passes begins with Col Fenêtre, followed by the iconic historic Col du Grand Saint-Bernard. Runners then tackle Col de Chevaux, which features the steepest descent of the course before reaching the charming Col de Mille and its mountain hut of the same name. The race continues forward to the Pastures Glacier site at the foot of the Grand Combin at 4,314 meters. The crossing of the famous Corbassière footbridge, 190 meters long, adds an unforgettable highlight to this magnificent X-Traversée. The final climb, known as the Wall, with its 1,200 meters of elevation gain, makes the finish even more challenging before runners reach the finish. What a race, what an event. This 50K delivered excitement from start to finish, with incredible stories unfolding in a truly unique setting. From the breathtaking glacier views and a high-altitude crossing above 3,000 meters to the iconic Corbassière footbridge, it was an unforgettable day of trail running. UTMB Live will be back in just a few days from Italy's Aosta Valley for the Monterosa Walserwaeg by UTMB. Set in a region rich in traditions and legends, this event promises an epic adventure through the heart of the Alps, surrounded by 4,000-meter peaks. One of the highlights will be the women's 100K, featuring a thrilling throwdown between Sweden's Emily Forsberg and Italy's Martina Valmassoi, two of the biggest names in trail running. The men's 50K is also one you do not want to miss, with an incredible lineup including Spanish legend Manuel Merias, defending champion Peter Engdahl, and Italian speedster Luca Del Pero, without forgetting our local legend Nadir Maguire. A battle that already has all the makings of a classic. Join us on July 17th and 18th for the Monterosa Walserwaeg by UTMB. And until then, we'll leave you with this best of the 2025 edition. Ciao, ciao!
Woman.